Moonlit.Market. Who's heard of them? I have, and now you will too. I have an iPod, and it actually is in really good shape. It's, God, you'll have to forgive me on which model it is. I could just show you, but it's dead, so it doesn't really matter. It's one of the latest ones. That's all that matters. And the hard drive is still functioning, and the outside of it is the banged up part. I mean, it doesn't have any dents. It just has little micro scratches everywhere. And then I saw this video about Moonlit.Market, and they're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. This is adhesive. So what are they doing? Well, they're doing a lot of things. Bluetooth, USB-C charging, you know, plenty of other things, but I just want to show what they've sent over today. And you can go through their whole website and see if there's anything there that you would like to purchase to enhance your iPod. All right. Oh, look at that. I like that. It's nice. This thing came from the UK, so I'm glad that they have this piece of foam in there. They have this beautiful sticker for their products. Or is there two, or is it just... Oh, there's two. Yeah, there's two. Perfect, perfect. All right, so let's start with this. Thank you for the purchase of Classic Connect. If you haven't physically installed Classic Connect on your iPod, please see the description on the Classic Connect product page on Moonlit.Market for an instructional video on installation. To turn Bluetooth on, hold the button on the top until the light starts flashing. If the light does not start flashing white and blue intermittently, double-click the button to enter pairing mode. Wait a few seconds. It does not immediately happen. To pair a device, put your own audio device and Classic Connect into pairing mode and wait for the two to connect. The next time you turn on both devices, they will pair automatically. Classic Connect will flash white, indicating that it's waiting to connect to a previously paired device. To turn Bluetooth off, hold the button on top until the light stops flashing. If you're looking for information on USB data support or haptic feedback, both of which require soldering, please contact cs@moonlit.market. Look at that, people. It's not that hard to put instructions on there and then also point people to where they need to go for more instructions. Woo, we got a lot of stuff here. First of all, they sent a 2,000 milliamp hour battery. Ready to go. It has the connector on there, and they've, of course, protected the top for transit purposes. I'm afraid to touch this, but effectively... Oh, I guess I don't have to touch the board. Or I do. Effectively, there's multiple pieces here. So first of all, this is the replacement for the hard drive. Oh, good. There is adhesive, or there's some kind of bumper back here. I'm sure the instructions will tell me what it's for. I'm sure it's just to keep things from shorting out. It looks like 2 micro SD card slots. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe that that's what the sole purpose is micro SD card slots. It's great that you can run 2 of them in parallel, tandem. Now I'm going to turn this over, and you'll see here that this is a new back to your existing iPod. So on the bottom there is still the pass-through for your current charging, but on the top there is still your headphone jack and a USB-C port. You then have the buttons that it had mentioned as well. And then all the connectors are already there, ready to go. The only thing that you have to do is just the installation of the memory, and then ultimately the battery, and you'll be good to go. But they did mention that they forgot to include a certain piece, and they sent it to me separately. That won't happen to you. Oh, I got another sticker. But that piece is just the tiniest little adapter. That's why they sent it in a flat envelope. I can't even get the thing out, it's so small. There we go. It is interesting. This says Apple Computer Inc., copyright 2005. So this is going to be an adapter from one piece to another. Oh, okay. I think this is so that if you don't have the one device, you can make sure that it's compatible with your device. So some will have this be able to connect and other won't. This is great. This is great overall. And then this is a sealant so that when you're closing it back up, you can make sure that this thing never comes away. You can tell that there's already like a seal edge on the inside of this. I mean, there's no way I could show you on camera. But ultimately, the combination of the seal plus the glue definitely means you're gonna have a long-lasting upgrade here. This really just kind of negates the need to order like 3 different parts from multiple locations or from one seller who overcharges for everything. And then one last thing, I will have a separate video for this. It's going to be longer, but it's going to be me disassembling the existing one and putting this new back on there. I will probably try to find a matching matte black front, so the whole thing could be matte black. If not, it's not a huge ordeal because I currently already have my iPod in a silicone protective case, if you will. So it's nice and bouncy and doesn't hurt it. So it doesn't really matter if it doesn't match the current front or if I don't get a matching front for it. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the video, and it'll be nice and edited so you can see exactly what you need to see if you want to do this stuff yourself. Bye. Quick update video. Here we go. You already know what's in this. You just watched the last video. I can set that aside. This is the adhesive. I was stumbling on that so much when I was recording that video. It's so funny. I wanted to show off, first of all, the status of this. This thing's great. This thing covers all the boo-boos and it protects it. I guess I should have gotten a click wheel from it doesn't matter. The click wheel works so well and the button works so well. I'm not gonna replace that. I made that decision. I got to give it a little bit of charm. Maybe one day, but currently I don't care. It's almost like fingernail polish. Like I bet if I like did something here, I could get it cleaned up. You'll notice on the back, somebody dropped it at some point. Bonk. Landed there. I got this thing for like 20 bucks on, I don't know, one of the Goodwill auction sites, I think. I thought for sure I was just buying, for the price that it was, that I was just buying something that was non-functional, that maybe the battery had no juice, that maybe the hard drive clicked like a mother. But no, everything works fine. I use it, but it's dead currently. Lots of scuffs, lots of boo-boos. This thing clearly got some love, but even the port on the bottom is functional. The hold switch is great. Everything works. I always just keep it connected to my sound bar and I just listen to music. I basically just put it on like a shuffle, or if I'm in the mood, I'll clearly just choose something and do it. It's an 80 gigabyte model as current. There's all kinds of schmutz on here. I'll put that back on there. Yeah, I just found one of these on eBay for like $1, brand new, and you can't see any of the boo-boos when it's in here. I mean, the screen is dirty, but who gives a shit? It's usually behind my TV. Now I wanted to talk about the last component to this, because obviously the Moonlit.Market Classic Connect kit that I'm going to be installing is a back, but I decided I'm going to put a front on it. Even though in the previous video I said I wasn't going to bother, I'm going to bother. I met up with Austin from Elite Obsolete Electronics. He was nice enough to not make me have to wait for the post office or a shipping company to get this stuff to me. I asked him, can I buy a replacement metal black cover from you? He said yes. I said fantastic. And then we met up the same week. He was super nice to do that, nice and early in the morning before I had to go into work. Let's see what they give you in these things. So it is metal. It's like cold to the touch. The clips look great. So they put a screen protector on the inside and the outside until you install it so that you can avoid little micro scratches. And then I also bought one of these pry tools from him. He was nice enough to throw in 2 more. Mine is bent up this way and that way. It's not to say I can't use it. I'm going to keep using it to cut open boxes and whatnot, but it's going to be useful to have a straight pry tool when opening a brand new iPod. Not a brand new iPod, but you know what I mean. One that's never been opened before. You're going to want that. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video here as I get this stupid thing open. Wow, this plastic is really on there. There we go. You can go to his website. You can, of course, Google Elite Obsolete Electronics, or you can go to magicipod.xyz. Both will get you there. Ooh. Ooh, it's better. This one has more give, so you can have leverage of your angle. This one's like straight and hard and firm. Brilliant. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and hey, by the by, he has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link that in the description. It's pretty awesome. Now, I did also forget to mention that I got 2 256 gigabyte micro SD cards, $23 a piece from Target. Now, there's 2 micro SD card slots in the component that we're going to be putting into my iPod. However, my specific model, not necessarily a rarity, but it doesn't take more than like 128 gigabytes or 200, I don't know. It doesn't take that much space by default. So while I like the OS that Apple has on their iPod, I'm gonna have to use Rockbox if I wanna get all the use out of that. So that's gonna be in the part 3 video that I swear is coming. Thanks. So after restoring it in iTunes, now you get to identify the exact drive letter of the iPod. There's mine. I just put a 32 gigabyte in there to make sure this all works. Mine's that iPod 6th gen. Now you could try to do auto detect, but it just didn't work. So as long as you know what it is, just do that and press OK. Usually these things are, I think, selected by default, but I'd been messing around with it before, so you could just stick with the default, but I am going to add themes to mine as well. I already found the perfect theme while I was waiting for it to restore the iPod. I found one that looks as close to the actual operating system on this iPod as possible. Which is that one? Yeah, that one right there. And now once that's all done, you can press install, and then you just kind of have to wait. There will be a point soon where it tells you to hold the top button and the center button for 12 seconds, and then it'll show up on the screen when you need to let go of it. And after that, it does everything else, and you press OK when it's all done, which is what you'll see me do here. And then after I press OK, I ultimately press eject because you have to. And then the next video would be me discovering what happens, the next step, as it were, after you eject it. Like, what do you do after that? Like, how do you proceed? There's videos where they just show you how to install, but they don't tell you to eject it and then that you power cycle it. So you'll see me do all that and then mess around with it. Okay, now that I've done all that, it finally says welcome to your new iPod. Again, I had to get this older iTunes version for this to work, and I had to change the USB port. But it finally worked, and now it says it's connected. And then if I hit continue, sync with iTunes, sure, whatever. I don't. But that means now I can do the next step. Okay, we're on here now. I don't think that the time is right. Yeah, I think it's like, oh wait, no, it is right. It is, it's actually right somehow. I didn't even set the time. Settings. Theme setting. Hopefully this is the one I chose. To make it look like, hey. I mean, that's probably as close as it gets, eh? There's playlist too. Okay, nice. The next step will be to get songs on here. We actually press back to leave? No, we have to actually unplug it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, anyway. And there's that. How can I not just... There she be. Let's crank the volume on I don't have it plugged in to anything because I didn't want to get content matched. Does it work the same? Interesting. Nice. It just works. And I'm pretty happy with that. That's literally all I could want. It's just music playback. I don't need all the other bells and whistles. I'm sure that you can add them in or something. But quite frankly, this thing is done as far as I'm concerned. It can now go in my car. I can now just have my car fucking play this shit. I'm so pumped. Anyway, that's the whole video. Thanks for watching. I'm done with these. My other videos will be coming out week to week again, so thank you so much for tolerating this.